of writing and publishing your very first blog post. I honestly think that everybody should have a website. It can help you build an audience, land a better job, and share your rags to riches story with the world. Visit squarespace.com today for a free trial. Then when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/MattDiavella to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The brands that I choose to partner with on this channel help me to invest back into my videos so I can create better content every week. If you want to get started and make a website for yourself, click the link in the description below. Thanks for considering. I forgot to turn the camera off. All right, so let me show you the exact target retirement fund that I invest into when it comes to Vanguard. So this is it. It's the Vanguard Target Retirement 2050 fund. Obviously, if you plan on retiring earlier or later, you would pick a different fund, but this is because I plan on retiring around 2050. You can see over the past 10 years, it's performing at 8.36% annually. After you've actually invested your hard-earned money into the stock market, the hard part comes: waiting. How you manage your emotions and risk tolerance is one of the most important aspects to building wealth over time, because growth isn't a straight line.
It goes like this. It's up, it's down. Some years it's up 30%, some years it's down 6%. This year happens to be down, but you have to remember that it was way up for the last 10 plus years.
Most people just can't stomach the twists and turns that the market takes. And over the past year, things have been looking a bit dicey.
But it does seem we are kind of slipping into a recession, doesn't it? People are going to feel a lot of pain.
Concerns, of course, about the potential recession, they continue to loom.
In a poll for the Wall Street Journal, economists put the probability of a recession in the next 12 months at 61%.
And the fear is that we are much more likely now heading toward a recession.
What would you say to somebody who sees this happening right now and wants to pull their money out of their 401k?
If you do this, you are doomed. It's one of the worst financial decisions you can make to try to pull your money out. Let me explain. It's called timing the market. When you try to pull it out at the right time and then get back in at the right time. There's several problems with this. First of all, you don't know if it's gonna go lower or higher. And people go, well, dude, it's so obvious. It's actually not obvious. People said it was obvious in 2008, 9, 10, 16, 20, 22. It's not obvious. It can go up, it can go down. The market does what the market's gonna do. You cannot predict it. Second, even if you pulled it out at a great time where things are really high and then it goes low, you need to be right a second time to put it in at the right time. The solution is to simply invest every single month consistently. Doesn't matter whether it's up, doesn't matter whether it's down, because you don't know where that fits in the overall scheme. Every month you set up an automation in your Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab account, and it might be $100, it might be $1,000, it might be $5,000. It's just continually going in. So when it's expensive, you're buying fewer shares. When it's cheaper, you're buying more shares. Over time, that strategy called dollar cost averaging tends to dramatically outperform timing the market.
I remember the day that I first invested money into the stock market through Vanguard. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be checking these accounts. I had read books by Ramit and others that told me so, but I couldn't help it. I refreshed that thing every single day, tracking the changes and watching as it went up and down. But eventually, I decided to stop obsessing. And I just let the investments do their work in the background. And it was the best decision that I made. Now I check in every 6 months to see how things are going. And over the past 8 years, on average, I've returned about 8% annually. If you invested $5,000 per year over the same time period, you'd have made $13,000 in interest. And if you remember that graph from earlier in this video, if you keep investing, your money will soon grow exponentially. That is, of course, unless you make one fatal investing mistake.
This is a critical mistake people make, and it will cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. A lot of you watching have parents who are using a financial advisor. I want you to pull out your phone right now. I want you to text mommy and daddy, and I want you to say, hey, how much are you paying Chet, our neighborhood financial advisor? Chet, when he gets the question, is going to go into a very long monologue about, well, you know, we're here to protect your money. I want to keep you safe, and I'm always looking over it, and blah, I'm making decisions. Chet is ripping your parents off. Chet is charging, I can almost guarantee, a 1% assets under management fee. Now you go, 1%, what's the big deal? That's not bad. Just have somebody look over it. Over the course of your lifetime, if you pay a 1% fee, 28% of your returns will go right into your advisor's pocket. If you pay a 2% fee, which some of these rip-off artists do, you will pay over 50% of your returns straight into their pocket. If you have a modest income, you're starting in your 20s, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most finances we've heard today is really simple. Target date fund, automate your money, focus on living your life. But if you really need a financial advisor because things have gotten complicated or you have a stepchildren or all kinds of crazy stuff, fine. Pay an hourly fee or a project fee, but never a percentage of assets under management.
Since personal finance and investing is really different for everyone, it requires you to do a bit of extra research to make sure that you're making the best decision for yourself and your family. So to help you identify what you should and shouldn't be doing right now, I've linked to some really helpful resources in the description below this video. There are some flowcharts from the personal finance subreddit that I've found to be very helpful. And I also highly recommend you check out Ramit Sethi's book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. It helped me out a ton when I first got started, and I think it'll help you as well. As you start to dig into your own personal finances, it's often easy to lose sight of the big picture, the reason why it's so important to start investing to begin with. Say somebody just starts getting into personal finance now, what advice would you give them?
I think money is an amazing source of joy. And I think when we typically think about money, it feels like flossing to us. I really should do something with my 401k. So I always start by asking people, what's your rich life? What do you want to do? You want to take a trip to Italy? You want to take a quarterly camping trip? Awesome. Let's build that into your rich life. Let's start there. Want to do, whether it's solo or with a partner or bring my family and friends with me. Maybe I need to have more money. Now, you have lots of ways to do it. You can negotiate your salary. We've talked about that. You can start a business, but certainly you can invest. Every year you wait to invest is costing you thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars.
Ramit, thank you so much for doing this. If people want to learn more about your work, where should we send them?
Come to my YouTube channel, come to my podcast where I interview couples where they share real numbers. Sometimes they cry, sometimes they laugh. It's really insightful when it comes to money psychology. And you can come to my website, iwt.com, and all my other social channels.
Check the description out for all the things that we mentioned in this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos from me. Thanks for watching.